is Kenya. If you didn't know, I recently visited Kenya, and in this video, I'll be sharing some of my experiences while in Kenya. Emphasis on the word my. Okay, now that we've gotten that out of the way, I'll also be sharing some culture shocks as a Nigerian in Kenya. So without any waste of time, let's get right into the video. The first thing I was shocked about in Kenya is seeing right-hand drive vehicles. For someone from a country where we use left-hand drive vehicles, it was completely confusing, shocking, new, weird in a cool type of way. Yeah, this is what happened. As soon as we stepped out of the airport, we booked a Bolt ride and the driver came actually. We walked towards the vehicle and I wanted sitting in front because I was looking at filming the road. When I went to the front, I went to the right side of the vehicle as is obtained in Nigeria. When I went there, I realized that the dynamics of the passenger seats was different. And I was like, does the driver sit here? Said yes. I had to turn to the left side of the vehicle and sit down. But throughout the ride, I was confused. It was strange, but it was beautiful. So I was like, okay, I'm proud of myself. Have actually finally entered a right-hand drive vehicle. You can't sit with me. Yep. Don't get me wrong. I actually know that right-hand drive vehicles, or I actually knew that right-hand drive vehicles exist, but I never knew that is what is being used in Kenya. So it was very new to me, yeah, and I loved it. Oh my God. Another thing is that in Kenya, the drivers keep to the left side of the road. Well, in Nigeria, we keep to the right side of the road. Weird, confusing. If you're a Nigerian visiting Kenya, if you're a Kenyan visiting Nigeria for the first time, it's definitely going to feel different because the whole time we were on the road, I kept feeling like the driver was doing something wrong. I felt like he was driving on the wrong lane and I kept feeling like the traffic, because in Kenya, oncoming traffic is on the right-hand side of the road, and I felt like the vehicles coming this way were sort of going to crash into us or something. It just felt wrong. But yeah, I mean, I get it. That was my first time. It's expected of me to feel that way. It was confusing, but it just felt like, you know, I did something new and experienced something new. And I think that's the beauty of travel, learning about different places, you know, experiencing new things. The next thing I experienced was friendly policemen. Now, remember I mentioned that this is purely my experience. Any other person might have a different opinion, but this is what happened to me. So in my whole life, I'm really not used to friendly policemen. There's always a question mark when it comes to policemen. You know, when you see them, the first thing is like, oh, okay, are they going to say I'm doing anything wrong? We arrived at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, and one of the first set of people we saw were policemen. At first, I didn't even know they were policemen, but they talked to us. Oh, how are you? Welcome. And I'm like, I'm actually fine. How are you? I said, I'm fine. Where are you coming in from? I said, Nigeria. They asked us, are you YouTubers? I was like, yes. That was because I was with my camera. I actually stopped filming before I headed towards their direction, but I was still with my camera and my mini tripod. So they asked, are you a YouTuber? How many subscribers do you have? What's your YouTube channel about? I talked about it. We're just engaging in a normal, regular conversation. And they said, oh, you have to visit the Giraffe Center. Where do you have in mind to visit? And I said, the first place on my list is actually the Nairobi National Park. And we're like, spot on. You have to visit the Nairobi National Park. It's so beautiful. Have a lovely stay in Kenya. I'm like, okay, really? Why are you friendly? Why are you welcoming? It was really impressive. And I think my experience with them sort of set the tone for the rest of my stay in Kenya. I felt like if I was welcomed like this at the airport, the people must be nice. The place must be nice. I think they're welcoming to tourists. And I think that's one of the things I realized that these people know. They know that their country is, you know, a tourism hub in some sort of way, and that people come in from different countries. So the best thing to do is to make people feel welcomed. That way, people are definitely going to stay longer or want to come back. Yeah, so it was really awesome. So yeah, kudos to the policeman who impressed me, on my arrival at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Yeah. Another thing I noticed was trees. Oh my God. In Nairobi, I saw an insane amount of trees around the city. Many places were green and it was so beautiful. I loved it. You should know that Nairobi is nicknamed the Green City in the Sun, and the name actually does speak for itself. The greenery was so beautiful, and I knew there was this air of deliberateness, I don't know if that's a word, around planting trees in Kenya, but I needed to confirm that. So I went online and Googled Kenya and trees. A news article actually did pop up where the Kenyan president said that to combat the effects of climate change, they intend to plant about 15 billion trees on 11 million hectares of land before 2030. And that was when it clicked. I was like, yeah, this is the way to go. And I love it that they are a forward-thinking country, that's Kenya. It's so beautiful to see. And I'm also very sure that children are taught in school the importance of planting trees and all that. It's a beautiful thing, honestly. And the greenery, love it. Another thing I experienced, saw, noticed, whatever word, is the well-structured tourism sector. I love that the tourism sector in Kenya is well-structured, at least from my own point of view. I don't know what any other person thinks, but I felt like it was so amazing. Now, Nairobi National Park itself, I felt like there was a beautiful structure. When I researched about Giraffe Center, I realized they had a website where you can get information from. You know, the prices are there. They have different prices for foreigners, Kenyans, and Kenyan residents. I felt like they're deliberate about tourism. I think that's why people are going there in droves to, you know, explore Kenyan tourism. I love it when a country has a proper, well-structured tourism sector. It was just beautiful to see. Yeah, this one is a shock, honestly. Rent is paid monthly in Kenya. That was such a shocking thing for me to hear. In Nigeria, we pay our rent annually. I know that in the western part of the world, most places, yeah, I think they actually do pay their rent monthly. But I never expected that in Kenya. Nigerians would definitely freak out if we had to pay our rent monthly. Now, maybe in years to come, that could happen. But it's just beautiful to pay your rent at the beginning of each year, and then you know that you're not worrying about anything rent throughout the rest of the year till when that 1 year elapses and you have to renew your rent. Yeah, you know, you're paying for another 1 year. I don't know if I can ever get used to paying my rent monthly, but Kenyans, how do you feel about it? Do you think it's okay? Are you guys really used to it? Was there a time where you paid your own rent annually, or has it always been like this? I would love to know. Yeah. This one is an absolute shock. Yeah. Security checks at the airport. Don't get me wrong, security checks at the airport are actually, you know, really 100% necessary. And I've been to different airports, but being at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, it was different. Now, this is what happened. When we got to the airport in the evening, like for a departure to Uganda, as soon as we got to the airport's gates, the driver told us we had to step out of the vehicle and walk inside, you know, the airport. Then the driver would have to drive alone with the luggage inside the vehicle to the gate, and then wait for us inside. When we're done with the other check by the right side of the gates, would have to now walk inside to the vehicle. I didn't understand that particular part. I didn't understand that particular security measure. I know that when we get to the airport, inside the airport building, there's definitely going to be lots of security checks, but I never experienced security check outside the airport gate. I think there's a reason. I mean, they can't do this without reason. So please, if you understand why this is so, I would love you to explain it for me in the comment section. Let me know why that is being done. Yeah, so I can just, you know, rest my mind and say, oh, okay, this is actually the reason. Yeah, that would be beautiful. Another thing that is worthy of note is that in most of the places, I don't know if it's all places in Kenya, but I do not think they use single-use plastic bags. In Nigeria, when you go to a supermarket, even if you're buying a pen or anything, they're putting it in a single-use plastic bag for you. And most times when you go back, you're not carrying, you know, that same plastic bag you were given. But I realized in Kenya, everywhere we went to buy things, they were put in a reusable bag, not a plastic bag. So please let me know. I didn't touch all parts of Kenya during my visit, so I would love to know how you guys do it in Kenya. Is it that single-use plastic bags are totally prohibited, or are there places in Kenya where single-use plastic bags are, you know, the trend? Yeah, let me know in the comment section. I would love to learn that about Kenya. Thank you so much. Another thing I noticed is that some people preferred card payments or payments via mobile money to cash payments, which I absolutely love. I don't know if it's a general thing around Kenya, but the driver who took us around Nairobi National Park was talking about how they're trying to go cashless, so they actually prefer card payments and mobile money, yeah, to cash. So I actually liked it. One of the beautiful things I noticed was that in government facilities or government tourist attractions, card payments were accepted. For example, when we went to KICC, we were told that they do not accept cash at all. They only accepted card payments via Verve, Visa, MasterCard, JCB, Union Pay, and some other payment gateways or companies. And we just loved the fact that we could use our card to make payment. Some places I know, in a government facility, most cases you just have to maybe print your invoice online and start heading to the bank to pay, or you come with cash. It's just cash. Yeah, so I love the fact that they are looking at going cashless. Yes. When I also researched about Giraffe Center, that's a tourist attraction, I realized that cash payment is also not accepted. You have to pay with your card. So it was just a beautiful thing. I love it. I actually did love it. Yeah. The last thing I'll be talking about in this video is that Kenyans are nice. That's my opinion. I don't know if you have any different opinion, but the experience I had with Kenyans was a beautiful one. It was so awesome. People were willing to help. I don't know if it's because I'm a foreigner. I don't know if they behave that way with their fellow Kenyans, but they were absolutely nice. Let me give you an example. At the Nairobi National Park, after we were done exploring, the driver we paid to take us around the park opted to take us to a restaurant where we could eat, to drive us actually, to a restaurant where we could eat free of charge. He didn't charge us for driving us there. He just took us there to help us. Yeah, we had, random acts of kindness from different people we met, which was so cool. So yeah, thank you so much, Kenyans, for welcoming me to your country. It was a beautiful experience. I'm going to end this video here. I don't know, I think I had other experiences and I might share them in future videos. But for now, that's all I can remember. Don't forget to watch other Kenya videos I uploaded. You're going to see the links as soon as this video ends, or you can also check in the video description. You're going to see tons and tons of them. You can watch all of them and let me know what you think about them. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe, yeah, to help me grow on YouTube. Thank you so much once again for watching this video to the end. I love you all so much. Bye-bye.